Video 3 Introduction. The use of philosophy. In this video series, I would talk about the salient aspects of system philosophy, which is a new method for solving the fundamental issues of human knowledge and life. This innovative philosophy is meant primarily for dealing with the outstanding puzzles of modern science, having wonderful achievements in recent decades. System philosophy gives supreme importance to logical thinking and sensory evidence, in contrast to the traditional dependence of philosophy upon religious belief and theology. By studying authentic books as well as by practicing intensive thinking and analysis for about 3 decades, I have authored by now 11 books in English and Malayalam. It includes 4 ebooks. My latest book is titled System Philosophy About Universe. It is in English. For more details of my books, please visit my website www.pglbooks.com. What is the use of philosophy? In this introductory episode, I am trying to focus on the defining aspects of philosophy in general. Most of the educated people have an apprehension that philosophy is a very difficult subject. I think that it is high time to remove this opinion by offering a systematic and structured method to study and understand it. Also, the general public as well as students must get a clear idea about the essential aims and advantages of philosophy as compared to other subjects of study. We may start by the distinction between visible and invisible things. A thing is treated as visible if we can know it using any one or more of our 5 sense organs: eye, nose, ear, tongue, and skin. Here we include the aid of mechanical equipment also. Water, air, earth, sun, planets, stars, and galaxies, as well as the living beings on earth, are visible definitely. All the visible things are normally studied in science. On the other hand, the main examples of invisible things are life, mind, consciousness, as well as mathematical equations and models. Religious entities like God, soul, evil, heaven, and so on would form a special class of invisible things. Further, we can include the pure matter also, which is supposed to exist as the stuff of concrete things. The various kinds of sensory properties of things are traditionally presumed to subsist on the pure matter. As such, pure matter does not have any of the sensory properties, hence it is invisible. It may be emphasized here that our knowledge about visible things is ultimately based upon our assumptions about invisible things. In other words, the various kinds of subjects like science, mathematics, medicine, art, literature, religion, and ethics are built upon a foundation formed by the concepts about invisible things. Hence, we may state that the subject of philosophy pertains to the study of invisible entities exclusively by resorting to the intellectual reasoning and evidence. This serves as the answer to the vital question, what is the use of philosophy? In anticipation of further development of the above answer, it may be added that the religious beliefs mainly about God, soul, etc. would be subjected to the critical analysis of philosophy. Accordingly, philosophy can grow beyond the traditional limitations set by the phrase made of theology. The primary and secondary classes of philosophical issues. It is well known that science studies exclusively the visible things of the universe. Can science show the original cause of the universe? This important question serves as the bridge between science and philosophy. The reason is that the original cause must be an invisible entity, and hence it belongs to the field of philosophy. But it is the task of philosophy to explain whether the notion of God is valid as the original cause of the universe. In this situation, it is important to determine the validity of knowledge in both science and religion in the most general manner. The foregoing deliberation would boil down to two classes of philosophical issues, which are better qualified as primary and secondary, respectively, as listed below. The primary class of philosophical issues consists of the following. 1. What is the original cause or reality of visible things of the universe known through various kinds of our experiences? What is the criterion of validity and truth pertaining to different kinds of knowledge like philosophy, science, religion, art, and literature? How do we know what we know? The secondary class of philosophical issues are mainly as given below. 1. What are the meanings of the fundamental concepts of scientific knowledge such as matter, space, time, life, mind, and consciousness? 2. Is there a God as the creator of the universe? 3. What is truth? What is beauty? What is justice? 4. What is the definition of good and bad? We may highlight the fact that the hitherto philosophy suffers from certain persistent problems which affected its internal structure as well as history. There are conflicting arguments about its content on account of the divergent paths towards reality. Here we may recall the story about four blind men seeing the elephant. They touched leg, trunk, ear, and body respectively and gave different interpretations. Similarly, this is the reason for the various isms of philosophy developed over last 3 millennia. 10 most famous philosophers in the history are Socrates, Plato, Aristotle, Descartes, Spinoza, Hume, Immanuel, Leibniz, Hegel, and Sartre. In this period, where science and religion dominate the affairs of social life in separate ways, the role of philosophy is often suppressed. The departments of philosophy in universities have ceased to attract bright and inquisitive persons as teachers or students. As a result, the long-standing issues of philosophy have not been addressed for solution. In the forthcoming videos, I am going to discuss the basic issues of science, religion, and philosophy in clear and simple words. Through this journey, we can hope to formulate system philosophy that is an integrative thought required for this 21st century. Please subscribe to this YouTube video series. Thank you for watching.